So we have the supposed Nephilim coming from over the ice wall. The Nephilim being the fallen angels, those that have fallen from totally being infinite, total oneness, experiencing total pride and total separation, and they're on their way back inward to the center, to the North Pole, to Eden, and the only magnetic center that comes up on a compass. So as the Nephilim fell from oneness down to separation fully and are on their way back in, it's the Rh negative blood types. The Rh negative blood types, you can see there's such a big amount of them in New Zealand, Australia. There's a lot in Spain too with the Basque people, but you got to realize that it's a highway of souls, evolving and devolving. So as you have maybe some that have came, from a different period, or what you call different time, they're in a different stage. Some made it all the way to what we call Spain, but over the ice wall from the next outer space, the next plane, or because again, that's why we have the Lord of the Rings, in the planes of existence. So we're going, and it's a tree of life, what they call in the pyramid or the planes. It's a tree of life. And so if you look at things like Dragon Ball Z, you can see like there's this person that's more heavily dependent on technology, that has, all these different technologies. It's more animal person. Look at Vegeta. If you look at Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z, it's a Saiyan. The Saiyans all have tails. They're all more animal. So because they went to deeper separation. The more animated you are, the more separate you feel. Because the animated body is, it has the illusion of being finite. So you become more and more animal, more and more separate. And then on your way back up, that's why we're having these people saying aliens inbred with these other aliens and these people. And it's just souls going through different stages in evolution and de-evolution of becoming less animal, less animated, and becoming more one and more disembodied, we should say. So the inbreeding occurs as the consciousness changes, as what people, Taurus fields or whatever, as the Aurora Borealis expands. And, as the pulse of the universe and the breath of the universe expands and contracts, you have different periods where, things can touch, different planes touch. And you have a point where some souls can get in and some souls can regress. Some can get in and some can regress. And then, again, you only need one soul to make it to the next plane. And then it's a doorway so that you can bring in more souls. And then you come into the next plane and you bring in more souls. So you need only one body to make it over the ice wall, and then they can repopulate through that, because the body is a portal. So you got different periods of inbreeding, and that's why we can't find the origin in this plane of the Rh negative blood, because it's a soul. It's the Prometheus. It's the alien that fell from the skies, from the heavens, downward, and it's on its way back inward. So you went down and out, now it's in and up. So you got the Nephilim being this Rh negative, and that's just the representation of that. That's what that is embodying. Some DNA from some unknown origin coming in from another plane, because there was a window to cross over, and then it just creates another window to make it to make it to the next level. It's just different pockets of people throughout the world, different blood types. That's just the technology from different planes. So you can look at it, you can Google it, people with tails. Plenty of people are born with tails. It's just, people cut them off and stuff like that. But that's why you have Super Saiyans and all that type of stuff in cartoons, because that's what that is. That's what Goku is, Kakarot. That's what that is. Vegeta and all of them, they were all from a different plane, and they're more, you don't say humanoid in a sense, because you got two arms, two legs, and a head. So that's what the Allah is: arm, leg, arm, head, or the Jehovah, IHVH. If you stack it, it looks like a body. So you have different various forms of that, and some are more animated and some are less animated. So that's what you have, is a mixing of different technology. That's what the body is. It's a vessel that can transport the awareness.